Hey, what up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Mike, and this high school basketball video is brought to you by the fine folks at Naples Rib Company. Visit them at ribcompany.com. All of our poly coverage this year is sponsored by Juju Smith-Schuster and the Juju Foundation, as well as Jayon Brown and Playfair Sports Management. And all of our Wilson coverage this year is sponsored by Bruins alum Joel Batonio. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Long Beach Poly may be in danger of not needing to hang some new numbers on that banner for the first time in 13 years. Jackrabbits 0-1 to start league play, looking for a better result against Wilson. The Bruins will be without two key starters, which means they're going to need to rely heavily on senior Sean Oliver, one of the best scorers and all-around players in the Moore League this year. He knew it was going to need to be a big night from him. He also knows they're gunning for him, so he's a willing passer to Dennis Kayembe out of the triple team. Jackrabbits getting some offense as the three ball falling early. Cash Stokely and then sophomore Austin Unebu hitting from deep to keep the Jackrabbits going early in the game. Oliver can shoot it. We know that. We've seen him do that plenty, but he knows the matchup with Poly is get to the rack, and that's what he was doing for most of this game. Looking at whoever's in front of him going, I'll meet you at the rim, and if you come up, I'm passing it off to Kayembe. Very good offense and smart play from Oliver early. But I did mention he can shoot it, though. And it was a big start for the senior. 3 in your eye. Poly coach is not thrilled with that, but he's feeling it. You get a 3 from Lincoln Dean, and Wilson really bringing it in this opening quarter. Dean, a big spark plug for them in the first quarter as well. And Oliver just going to work on the block. It's going to be 22-15 Bruins after the first quarter. Jackrabbits, again, trying to avoid going 0-2 here. But look at Ryan Alavi from Wilson. Bruins were just first to every loose ball in the first half. And Oliver wanted all the smoke through all the contact. 14 points for him in the first half. Poly down 9, in danger of it kind of slipping away early a little bit. But Kyrie Shepard drops in a 3 to keep them hanging on here in the first half. For this Poly team that's still kind of finding their offensive identity, the best formula for them is going to be defense into offense, and that's what they get here as Shepard gets the steal and Wembley gets the layup. Here's a talented freshman, Jonas Aware, big first half minutes, making his 5.62 debut. We'll be seeing plenty more from him, I'm sure. Oliver knows exactly where he's going, and he's not waiting on that double. Gets the ball, a hammer drop step, and he's going right to it. As you can see, he's not worried about who's guarding him. He's not worried about how they're defending him. He's going straight up with it. Unebu will tie it up late in the second quarter for Poly. Wilson, last possession, looking for a lead. And they get it. Mikey Curley beats the buzzer from deep, and the Bruins lead 36-33 at halftime. Momentum definitely riding into the visitors' locker room for the halftime break. But you knew the Jackrabbits were not going to go quietly here in their home opener. And in the third quarter, we call him Oliver Twist. He's going to keep Wilson. They're not going to go away either. But you know Poly's not going to. A big steal and the dish to Ruff. And then you could just see a huge difference in how Poly was defending in this third quarter. Ruff, the block, the rebound, escapes a foul there, and dunks at home. Poly allowed just 3 field goals in this quarter, as Wilson will take a timeout to talk that one over. Jackrabbits defense just really ascending to a different level, as I said, allowed just 3 field goals in the third, after it had been pretty easy for Wilson in the first half. Oliver's still working, but you see not a lot of space for him. They made it a lot harder on him. And they're also keying him on ball. Wembley with the poke, and he's going to get it ahead to Unebu. That's 3 straight turnovers forced by Poly with 3 straight buckets. That gives them some separation here in the third quarter. And then Wembley, Antonio Wembley on the 3 after a great look by Ruff running the lane. Jackrabbits up 55-43 after 3 quarters. As I mentioned, though, Wilson not rolling over either. Oliver, poke in the score. That makes it a 10-point game. And then big 33 for another big 3. That's going to make it a 6-point game. And I hear Paris is lovely this time of year. Nathaniel Paris is going to make it a 1-score game with this 3 that cuts Poly's lead down to 2. Giovanni Ruff, the super sophomore, knows this is where he's really got to step up, and he's going to win this battle with Oliver to get the mid-range. And Cash Money from 3 again after a nice pass back out from Ryder Maddox. Jackrabbits doing a much better job moving the ball in the second half. Ruff also got it going, finishes with 18 points all in the second half. But it really was the defense that made the difference. Watch Unebu run through to get this steal. And then the willing passer to the open Maddox. Both those guys finished with 14 points. Very big in this win for Poly, as they come up with another turnover right there. And then Stokely is going to cash in another one. The Jackrabbits will pull away after trailing for most of the first half and trailing at halftime. They pull away and win it 75-60 to even their league record at 1-1. Wilson drops to 1-1, still very early in this league season. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including Ocean Law Center. Hey, we got 1 week down in the Moore League, and it was a pretty exciting week. A lot of big games ahead next week and for the rest of the winter season. For all that coverage, you got to keep it right here at the562.org.